Hey YouTube, coming at you with an Ultra League team. What I think is one of the strongest cores I've played with, and that's Cresselia and SCRAFTY. So Cresselia is, I mentioned in my top Pokemon to build video, I think outside of Giratina, I think Cresselia is the best safe swap in this meta. I mean, you do get like pretty hard walled by like Registeel, which is rough if you can't throw anything, or fire because everything's resisted there. But outside of that, you're in pretty good situation because even like stuff that hits super effective against you, like Dark, you still have the Moonblast to hit super effective against that. Grass Knot is great coverage. You're super bulky. So it's great Pokemon. So to cover that sort of like Registeel plus weakness, I paired it with Scrafty. And it's great. Like you cover your Dark weakness, you cover your Steel weakness. So the pair just like very, very well down the board covered each other's weaknesses. I need a third. I'm not sold on third, but I was like, I have a Crobat, and I was like, you know what? Like Scrafty's weak to fighting. Let's have this, and it has Shadow Ball for all the like the gel scents maybe that are out there and stuff like that. So let's do that. It was okay. Like again, I focus more on the core as opposed to this. So right off the bat, and the problem with Crobat is that it's the Air Slash. If it had Wing Attack, I think it would be like a super strong Pokemon with the Poison Fang and then Shadow Ball. But it gets hindered from the Air Slash. Can't even make it to a Shadow Ball. Hopefully they don't know the counts. They do know the counts, so that is too bad. I'm going to have to shield and then maybe throw another Poison Fang to take this out. Because Scrafty, so you want, if you're going to run this team, you want a Pokemon that can like win switch. So it's not Crobat. I did try that. You can see at the end with nidoqueen, which had its pros and cons. I think I will have to let this go, but the thing is like in general, you probably want to try and win switch with this team. Right? Because if you're going to be weak to fighting with Scrafty, if you're going to be weak to fairy with Scrafty, you want to be able to, and flying, you want to have Cress on it. Right off the bat, getting hit with the Charizard, I'm like, oh, this is not great. I'm going to have to just stay in here because it is fire. So like your flying fire weakness right there in the back is sort of a core breaker. So I'm like, that's okay. Once I get that chip damage off, I knew it was okay because I'm going to grab the second shield here. And then at that point, like, Cresselia is so tanky that even if they shield it, okay, so they don't decide to not shield it, and they come up with the Snorlax. Ooh, I'm surprised they didn't shield that. Because if they shield that, they would have had a good time. But now Scrafty is just going to go super hard on the Snorlax here. The thing is, like, you would have survived a Blast Burn from Charizard on your Cresselia, and then hopefully you could have farmed up a bit. They get me very low, but this is where the power of a super tanky Crest comes in. Super effective licks from a Shadow Pokemon. We have these Body Slam spams from a Shadow, which are just not doing anything. So when in doubt, go bulk. That's why. So like if I was going to redo this team, I'd put maybe not. I was going to say like something. I always default to Swampert because like it's just so good outside of grass. But Trevenant would hurt because then you couldn't really go anywhere. You'd have to go with Cress. Well, I mean, you could go with Scrafty, but they probably have an answer for Dark in the back if you do that. Machamp on the lead. So good lead. I mean, if they don't Rock Slide, it'd be rough. So Jellicent comes in. Again, so this isn't amazing for 5. And I try and catch her on the 5th. And I do catch a Shadow Ball. So there we go. I don't know a lot of counts, but I can count to 5 pretty easy. At this point, I can get this off. One won't take it out. And the problem with Scrafty, why I don't love using Scrafty is someone explained it to me in the way that if you're going to use Scrafty, you don't use it as a Dark, you use it as a fighter. And Obstagoon is the exact opposite. You don't use it, even though Obstagoon knows counter and cross chop, you don't use it as a counter user, like a fighter. You use Obstagoon as a Dark. And that really holds true, like, because a lot of these times, so your fighter, which takes super effective from fighting, which is not ideal, right? To start with. But you can like, it has its play. I know it has its play. Pidgeot comes in. And this is where Crobat, like the Poison Fang still does so well. These Air Slashes, like, and Poison Fangs add up. Like that's a level 50 Pidgeot that I am chunking. I'm just staying here and they Feather Dance me, then I'll bail. Or I may do one more time here, knowing that they're already lowered. So even if my attack's lowered, they're probably going to have to shield here. And then at that point, I could just come in here. Now they're 2 times lowered. I was about to say, I could probably just Grass Knot at that range. So let's see if I try this again. I probably won't try and catch right off the bat here. I could have. I could have tried again. But I don't love it right off the bat because if they have a Jellicent, they probably have an answer for Jellicent in the back here. And Gyarados is probably a good one. It wouldn't be amazing, but it would do enough against a Scrafty. So come in here. I lowered their... Again, they know crunch, so I got to be aware of that. But it's a non-stab crunch. It's probably going to do like 30%. Yeah, so still, it's adding up. I'm going to just go Moonblast to take this out. I don't really want to play with this anymore here. So, goodbye, Gyarados. What was on the lead again? Jellicent. So Jellicent could come back in and get the Shadow Ball off, but I will get the Grass Knot off. Just to do some good chip damage. Then I may come Scrafty after, because that's within one foul play, and I'm already so low. Good timing. Yeah. As I say, I could shield and just get a Grass Knot off, but let's just come Scrafty here. I don't think I can come. Yeah, I was about to say, I don't think I can come Crobat, especially if they have a move. But now they're probably going to get a couple Stir Soft, and it's going to come down to what is in the back here. It is a Swampert. So I go straight foul play. I don't know if I played this right. I think they let it go so I get away with it. I think what you do here is you just ramp up with the Power Punches. Like that chips a lot, and now I can hit this for the Poison Fang, and then I can come and counter after. And they're going to have to throw, or else these Air Slashes are going to add up here. And they're not going to much shot me down. But I've played the two shields with the Scrafty and Swampert before. And if the Scrafty just gets like ramped up on counters, like there's not much you can do. I shield this because a Hydro is going to hurt way more than a Surf is going to hurt. So full counter down. There's no point in baiting it. Like I'm almost at 2 foul plays. So one there. Now the question is, will they get to 2 Surfs? I get that counter through, so I'm guessing they will not get to 2 Surfs, and hopefully I can just counter down the Swampert. Yeah, I've played so Scrafty is, if you're going to use Scrafty, use it as a fighter. Like think foul play as like a bonus move that has some coverage, but really you're using it for the counter power punch. Just like if you get locked in against like a Poison Dark or a Steel that's not Cobalion, where you can just like ramp up. That's where Scrafty sort of shines, and that's where I would put my focus on Scrafty. So that's that. And Cress, you're just using like, I need to absorb some energy here, so hit me with your best shot sort of thing. And out comes a Jellicent. Probably gonna get at least 1 Grass Knot off, maybe 2, just because 1 foul play is not gonna do anything. Let's see if I throw. I tried to catch again. I just want to Surf. No, another Shadow Ball, so another good catch. Again, but the problem is like counters are resisted. Foul play from this range gonna be tight, and I still have to deal with the Dragonite in the back here. Like that has some energy. I should really like those are not hard timings. Like you're supposed to throw in 1 and 3. I do not know why I'm not timing these better. And that full energy probably cost me that there. So learn to time. I'm relying on Cress here with 2 shields, which is actually dumb. Like you don't rely on 2 shields with Cress. You let Cress absorb everything, and then you run with your 2 shields on your other Pokemon hitting it. So I don't love how I'm playing this here. Tried to snipe a little slow on the snipe there, so I'm gonna have to shield just because this is starting to add up here, and I don't know what's in the back yet. So we're going to chip this here. Probably take it out. And what is in the back of the Registeel? And that's the worst case scenario, right? So you're locked on here. I don't need 2 shields. I should have saved it. If I had 2 shields or Scrafty, I probably would have had a better time here. Just throwing resisted moves here. Yeah, so if you're going to run Crest, you need to run two answers for Registeel, because there's really nothing you can do. You're just locked in and you're in trouble. I'm going to come in here. Hopefully I can get a counter and power punch off just to chip. They're on a move. I think I'm trying to go foul play because and the attack falls. This was brutal because I thought like I'm only going to get to 1 move. Let's just go foul play because I'm going to be locked on down here, and foul play is more in general hits harder, but Now I think I am drawing dead because I'm not going to get to 2 moves to take this out before they hit me with another one. Yeah, so I don't think that was the best played, but yeah. So this way you also kind of need a better Registeel answer in the front. So that's why I put in Nidoqueen, right? I tried Nidoqueen because still a poison, but poison ground, and that ground typing comes in real handy with Registeel. And you still have the back two, which kind of covers everything else fine. But it's fun to use Crobat. Like, again, Air Slash really limits it in this meta. But Air Slash Poison Fang, like, and Poison Fang got the nerf, right? So it does start adding up. So I am forcing Greedent to shield here, which is good. And then I'll probably just let this go if they get to move, because then I can just come in. Oh, no, I'm going to fight for switch. Okay. I mean, I said earlier you should fight for switch, but now I should learn how to count, because now I'm going to go down anyways. So now I got a double shield. What am I doing? So I do get the farm down, which is fine. I'll have Shadow Ball if something like a Giratina or something comes in. So that'll be okay. It is Giratina, so that is great. Let's just go for this. Let's do a ton of damage. So that's great. I don't think I can I get to a poison? Oh, get to a poison fang. Again, it doesn't really matter because I got to come in Scrafty anyways. I got to come in Scrafty. Counters are resisted, and out comes a fairy. So again, way too slow on the thing, but here is where Cress, again, just shines. Super tanky, just absorbing all this charm damage like it's nothing. Get some good chip damage off there. It's now, not that it's within Grass Knot range, but it's better at this range than that Scrafty can maybe counter Power Punch and stuff there. Dazzling Gleam comes in, hits hard, but not hard enough to take me out, which is great. They're just probably going to shield and farm because I think this is their only win condition. But I get another Grass Knot off, and now it's whether I can come in with my Scrafty and counter / Power Punch / Foul Play this away before, and they come in with their, they tried to, I don't love this. I don't love this on their part, because now all you did is allow me to basically get to almost 2 Foul Plays here. Or I can even like Power Punch. Yeah, I was about to say I can Power Punch and then get to a Foul Play and definitely take out the, because I can take any move here, and then I can just Foul Play the Sylveon for the win here. So letting me get ahead of energy is kind of like their not one loss condition. I think it would have been close, but not ideal. Is this where I put in Nidoqueen? So I put in Nidoqueen. So we're both hitting for super effective here. I can launch the Poison Fang pretty fast, which will obviously do a decent amount of damage. I think they shield. No, they let it go if I remember. Yeah, they let it go because they're like, they know they're going to get outpaced. And they know they can survive. So I'm going to shield and then farm down. And I guess, and they give it up to Drapion. So this is where you go Scrafty. Yep, so perfect. Catch a crunch on Scrafty. It's a non-shadow, so I expect them to have Sludge. But this is where, in general, counter Power Punch is just going to be really, really strong for you. It's pretty spammy though, so 2 Sludges may take me out after that chip damage. Yeah, so they actually could probably take me out with 2 Sludges here, which is fine. Like, damage is done. You'll always win in the one shield, right? So the reason I'm not shielding is because I shielded the Nidoqueen on the lead, and they come in Charizard. So I have to come Nidoqueen because Cress is going to have a terrible matchup with no moves to throw. So I'm just coming here to just chip and probably shield. Yeah. Get these Poison Fangs off because, again, lower the attack, lower their defense. And then they're going to have to reset here, or I'm going to just do a ton of chip damage and then have a move coming out. So I'm expecting them to get out here. Maybe they'll try and get a move off here. But the damage is done, right? So even if they come hit me with the Blast Burn, which I can live, I took it pretty low. Blast Burn from non-shadow, I don't know, like 60%. Blast Burn is just such a hard thing. Not even 50. And now I can build up a bit. I don't want to take any move from this. So I'm just going to take this out and now the Charizard is within leaf grassland range, so I don't need to. What am I doing? Oh, because I have a Pokemon still, so yeah, good heads up by me. I can farm down with the Psycho Boost to have a Moonblast out for the Drapion for the win. Anyways, yeah, so I think Crest and Scrafty is a really, really good core for this meta. Again, you need to cover Registeel weakness. I would probably cover like Drapion. No, I was about to say, between Counter Power Punch, you can just ramp up on Drapion on Scrafty, so you don't need to cover it that much there. Yeah, so it's a good combo. Cover Registeel. I'm thinking what else Crest really, really struggles to. Oops, sorry. Let me just go to PB Poke to see if there's anything else that Cresselia just really, really struggles against. Because it's easy for Scrafty, right? You got to cover your fighter weakness. Crest, you got to cover your fairy weakness. Like Crest can just out bulk basically. Registeel and Charizard, yeah. Fire and Steel, like I said, and Trevenant, which is where Dark comes in, or any Ghost, which is where Dark comes in. Double and Snorlax, Drapion, right? So, like, look at these weaknesses that I just said. So outside Charizard, so you may actually want to bring in a Charizard cover in the front. Would be my suggestion. But like, what Cresselia's weaknesses? Registeel, Trevenant, Cofagrigus, Double, Drapion, Snorlax, Umbreon, like Gliscor. So it's another flyer. So Gliscor with Night Slash. So again, Gliscor and Charizard. So you could cover your front with a like water Pokemon, Tapu Fini, Swampert. It does make Trevenant a little worse if you see it on the lead, but that would be my suggestion. Anyways, that's it. Don't know when this is going up, so eventually it's either on or it will be on soon, is the Mountain Cup for Great League. So check out those top teams, and we'll do a combo. Ultra League is on that again this week, so we'll combo Ultra League and the Great League. So appreciate you guys watching. Appreciate the thumbs up and comments, and I will see you guys in the next one.